flying tackle hit her, and she will go down, crash to the ground. Afterthought.
I'm going to finish shutting down the lights, and yeah.
Okay. Simple roll. Just don't roll a 1.
Yep. Simple intellect roll, or?
Yep.
Right.
There you go. And the lights go out. The robot has crashed. It's held in position. They're trying to get it. It's still kind of settling into the river. There's water coming up here, the compartment, and kind of coming up towards the engine here. So we'll say that it's up about this far now.
Oh shit!
Okay. All right, okay, coming that way, and you will get that. Lights just absolutely go off. There's still the sort of the background lighting of panels and things, but it is dim dark in here now. Kid's son.
So, did Afterthought want to make it dark? Is that what he was trying to do?
Yes.
Oh. So I won't suddenly blaze up and. Okay, well I'm gonna scramble away from the water.
Okay.
Thinking if this is how the fates reward me for being a hero. Well, so I'm gonna scramble into the engine room, look around, and what do I see in the engine room now?
It looks like there's one active opponent there. There's one of these agents who's come in, who's looking around, and looks like he's sort of dodging away from Shadow's attack. Been forced into the engine room.
So I see him, and I say, "Look, you just get out of my way. You're starting to annoy me." With that, I shoot a little ball of fire right at him.
Okay. Make a simple coordination check. You do it low power, so you don't want to kill him.
Yep.
Okay. So I'll give him that for the called shot.
Eat that.
Oh. You will hit him, and what's your power rank with that?
8.
8. So you will catch him, you do your soliloquy, say that. He's like, what? And then, boom, he's lit up, and he'll slump to the ground.
Good. Goodbye. Good night.
Just a second, guy. Be right back.
Sure. Security person is out. Shadow on 11.
Since we're kind of all in the same place, so Shadow will basically describe what she's seen in there. You know, that the Phantom is out of it, and he's strapped to a chair, and the commander appears to have some sort of ice powers.
Okay. Anything else you want to do, or move in position, or try and create an advantage, or something?
Grab the Phantom and get out of here.
Oh, we have to take care of the commander, though, first. I will... Oh my gosh, we haven't even used our advantages yet. I don't even know what advantage we can really create with that. So, okay, I've got a question.
Sure, absolutely.
So the like planning quality we created earlier. Everyone gets to use that for free once, right?
With what we did is we did a sort of a group thing, so everybody gets a free invoke on that once, yeah.
Okay. So I don't want to create another one because we've already. Like, why?
Fair enough.
So I don't know. I will. I guess what I will do then is I will tell everybody else that I'm going to go ahead and figure out which way is our best way out now that this thing is face down in the mud, and I will scout.
Can I jump in? Would I be able to say something?
Yeah,
sure.
Theoretically, that was the point of it.
Fair enough. Fair conversation.
I'm going to say, get the Phantom, and I'll get away out of here.
Yeah, Shadow, with the lights disabled, you should be able to move freely through the core chamber. Because can't she, move from shadow to shadow?
I'm just a shadow. Like, I turn into a shadow, so it's not moving from shadow to shadow. I am a shadow. But yeah, so that's why I was like, well, I could probably scout, and then I don't have to worry about encountering crew or anything.
Well, that's fair enough. Why don't we do it that way, and let's have you roll to see if you can essentially spot a pathway amongst the exits that is relatively uncontested, or the guards are startled, or
Sorry, guys. What'd I miss?
Shadow's finding a way out.
Okay.
Go ahead, and what do you think? You want to use awareness or intellect?
Whoa, I would like to use awareness,
Okay.
and I also have investigation.
That seems reasonable. Make that roll. Target is that
Oof,
because
good
it's
lord.
tough. You could always spend the planning quality to give yourself the +2 on that.
I will.
Okay.
I will do this thing.
Use those things up. All right, so that'll be a 10.
Yep.
It looks to you like, given the current situation, as you kind of pop around, it looks like if you go through the core and you can make an exit out through the right arm entry with no opposition right now, if you guys move quickly.
Okay.
Torque.
So I'm scouting.
Okay. Real quick, at this I gotta make coffee for my girl. So
Sure.
I'm going to grab the unconscious security girl.
Okay.
And using her as a human shield, kind of want to fly through and use to bash into the commander as
Okay.
like distraction.
All right, so the effect you're going for is more to put a negative effect on her rather than actually doing straight damage. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Your prowess versus coordination there.
Okay.
And I'll give her a penalty for that. Oof.
All right. Yeah. So I got a 10.
10. So a massive success. So essentially, Torque goes flying in and smacks into the commander who's got the ice powers, and they will both be sent tumbling, crashing back to the corner. And essentially, the commander is going to be at a disadvantage on her next several rolls, is what we're going to say for that.
Nice.
Any checks, she's going to be at a -2 for at least a couple of actions as she smashes into the wall there. Afterthought.
I'll be right back, guys.
Sure.
I'm going to move into the core, and so I can start freeing Phantom. I'm going to actually roll to create an illusion of of like a delayed camera image kind of thing, like just the image of there's nobody there, it's just him strapped to the bed, so that the commander won't be able to see that I'm there, freeing him. Is that something I can do with illusions?
Absolutely. In fact, I won't have you make a roll for that, given the crisis that Torque set up there on the situation.
Right.
I will have you make a roll to get him free from the bindings in a speedy fashion, so coordination roll.
All right.
Let's say your target right now is an 8 to get him free on this round.
I will spend 2 determination points to pay to invoke bouts of clarity, and I guess right timing doesn't really fit. So let's see, I can get that to 6, 7. Bouts of timing, and I'll spend 2 for bouts of timing and clinical detachment because I'm completely calm.
Okay.
I don't feel under the gun at all.
With that spend and everything, you beat that. You will got him out. Illusion is covering you. You've got a hold of the Phantom. Set, covered, all that. Kid son.
Right. Now we know there's a. I was going to try and blow. Would I be able to blow a hole through the ceiling here?
It's pretty heavy to do that, and you're unsure what the feedback would be. You could try it, certainly.
I'm thinking of using my powered by the sun advantage to. Can I get an advantage and a trouble? Can I take trouble, or can I spend determination to get the advantage, but then take trouble?
Yeah, to make it more difficult, sure.
Well, I was thinking I could be stunned for a page. so lose an action by using straining
sure, with
myself
the
to try
water
and.
coming up, I'd love that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to like go, blow a hole through it and just go by the power of the grace god, no, by the power of the sun, and just go.
Certainly,
and blow a massive.
you give that a
So,
shot.
so would that give me a push ability?
Yeah, we'll say to increase your effect by 2. How does that sound?
Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, so I'm
So-
using my power.
So you're gonna. I'm gonna have you roll your power level plus 2.
Yeah.
Okay, and you
Plus
want
2.
to melt through here, and
Okay, cool.
wear yourself out.
Well, my power level is 8, so I'll roll d6 plus 10. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a crazy amount of numbers.
Yeah,
like
I'm going for it.
math.
I'm gonna go white hot
Okay.
and just blow it. Comes out of me like a fountain of fire.
All right. So you will burn a hole through here. Kind of do that and exhaust yourself.
Yeah.
As the water kind of comes in there, filling that area.
Yeah, cool.
I need you to make.
Mm-hmm.
Oops, I took that off there. I shouldn't have done that. To make a strength check.
Oh dear. Wallop.
Okay. So you are actually going to take on this round 4 points of damage.
Okay, where does that come from? Where does it go to?
Stamina.
Okay, cool. All right, so I'll take them for you.
So you kind of are stunned and then washed and thrown around in here in the water, kid son.
Mm-hmm.
Shadow on 11. Oh, sorry. Actually, Commander spends her action getting up and recovering, burning off that first level of disadvantage, and now she's just at a penalty. So Shadow.
So I picture Shadow coming back in here, and she's like, "We gotta go now," and then she like counts, and she's like, "Where's Kid's son?"
You do not see him. You do probably feel that wave of heat come out of the engine room.
Son of a gun. Everything. So I guess we'll move down here to investigate.
Okay.
I have to stop clicking that other mouse button. Is
Sure.
what I have to stop doing.
You will get down there and you will see Kid Son kind of stunned, and he's melted a hole in the hip of the robot. The room is filled with steam and water and melted metal. It's horrible in here.
Ugh.
Is the water going to travel through the hole?
The water is going to come in eventually,
But is it going to travel through the hole I made as well?
I assumed you fired it sort of upward so that it isn't going to wash through yet.
Okay. Cool.
So what do you want to do, Shadow?
Do I see him?
Yeah.
Like stunned and mostly unconscious-ish?
Stunned, he's taking some damage, probably.
Okay. I need to rescue him.
Okay.
Splash into the water.
Make a simple prowess check. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Except you're rolling
I rolled
a
a
D10.
D10. Let me fix that.
Oop.
My roommate distracted me
That's
somehow.
fair enough.
Magically.
You were Savage Worldsing it up.
I was.
So you will grab on to Kid Son and you have a hold of him so you get him out of the water so he's not going to take any extra damage.
Good.
Afterthought.
I'm going to try to keep the Phantom and myself in the commander's sort of mental blind spot that I've created while we move to the right control room.
Okay.
All right.
Are you going for a full-on escape here?
Basically, I want to maintain the illusionary effect as we that he is, and it's probably quite difficult because it's two spaces at once, so it might require some special thing because I'm trying to keep the image of basically him strapped to the table while sort of No, I guess that's two separate things. I'm keeping that illusion there, and I can't also illusion us out of her, into a mental blind spot. So we're
Right.
just sneaking, I guess.
Okay. So let's have you make that coordination roll. I'm going to give you a -2 to it. See how far you can get on this round.
Okay.
Okay, so straight up 6 on that. Okay. So you will only just get over here to the right control room. Won't get any further on this round.
Okay.
Keeping that illusion up. Kid son.
Well, I'm stunned for this round, so
Yes, you are on this round, but you
Right.
you don't take any more water damage as Shadow pulls you out of that. The commander
Save me.
will let loose on you, Torque, and will attempt to
Okay.
freeze you in place with a binding.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a coordination versus coordination check.
Okay.
Let me check the binding rules. So I gotta try and do a hold on you, and she has a coordination of that. And what was your total?
10.
Oh God! So she does that ice power launch across there, tries to freeze you to the floor, but you will dodge out of the way of it.
Okay.
Shadow on 11.
Sorry, I don't mean to interject.
Oh, sure.
What happened in the last round? Sorry, because I was making coffee for my girl, so I think I missed the one turn.
We'll take your
Probably.
delay then, if you
Yeah.
wish.
Oh, I just kind of quick recap what happened because I see
Okay.
Kiss on fire.
So, Kid's son melts the hip of the robot. It's fallen and it can't get up. He stunned himself. Shadow went down and pulled him out of the water so he didn't drown. Le Fantôme is being rescued by Afterthought. They've kind of headed out the escape route that Shadow planned, and there's still an illusion of sort of a blank spot there in the corner that Afterthought created. The commander's the only sort of active opponent right now. It sounds like the other areas people are, hitting escape hatches and trying to get out, but she is trying to freeze you in place. Your action.
Okay. So, okay, cool. Sorry. Back to Shadow.
Okay.
Oh, did you
Do you
did
want
you
to
get
take
to
your
go
delay?
last time?
I didn't get to go last time, but that's
Oh no, take it.
okay. Because my whole thing then at that point was just to try to pummel down the commander.
Okay,
then.
just going to go for a straight strike on her.
Yeah, just well, a little more wrestling flair. Gonna do the big try to give her the big boot to the face.
Okay.
Or actually, if she freezes me, I'll do the Hulk Hogan no, 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 as I break out, and then I'll go for a big boot to her face.
Fair enough. So this is prowess versus her coordination.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I did pretty well.
Oh, I didn't
yeah.
do that well enough.
She will dodge out of the way of that. Shadow on 11.
How big is that hole he made?
It is
Big.
more than person size. It's probably about 10 feet across. You're
Okay,
actually a little surprised he was able to melt that thoroughly through.
So I'm going to, and it goes all the way up, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I'll just grab him and basically yell towards the core. We'll meet you out there, and grab him and use my flight ring just to take him right out.
Absolutely. I'll pull you guys outside after I get these water things out. Woo, look at that. There we go.
Mhm.
And the shadow saves the light.
Mhm.
Oh.
Ah, nice.
There is
Torque.
no shadow without light.
Yeah. Torque.
All right. I'll try to drop an elbow, just
Okay.
up straight, bam, as we're kind of trying to wrestling, because I know she's probably not gonna. Let's give her some pause.
Okay.
So. All right. So same thing again.
Oh.
Ooh.
So that's
Yeah.
a massive success against her. Your strength is 7, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She doesn't have damage resistance. So there is that thing where this time you get up and you will bring the boot down on her, and she will hit the ground and go out with that shot there.
Oh, sweet. Can I grab her as a extra action as my next?
With the massive success, I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
Afterthought.
I'm going to just drop the sort of fake tied up, phantom projection in the core now that we're out of there, and we're just going to make an all-out sprint for the, down this path.
All right. And you guys will make your way out of the robot as it sinks in. You'll see escape hatches popping open, agents fleeing. You guys will drop bad guys off so they're not just drowned and killed by you. And you can make your way back with the rescued Phantom and head out of there.
I would like to ask before we get him out, like, should we take anyone with us for questioning?
That wasn't our job.
No, we are here for the Phantom.
All right, I'll let him. Then I'll drop him and then keep going.
All right. We're about halfway, a little over halfway. So let's take about a 5-minute break here for beverages, bio, all that, and we'll go to the third act. If that seems reasonable.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Toilet break.
Let me turn my camera off. There we go. Can we clear? We do not clear drawings. Okay, pull those off there. And pull those there. We'll grab those, copy, and go to the page.
I'm still here, Lowell. I'm just
Yes.
going to keep my camera off because I'm eating.
Oh, fair enough.
Okay. Back.
Excellent.
Hey,
Hey,
How do you do the turn order?
you mean how do I set that in here?
Yes,
Okay.
I would actually am.
So it's coordination plus a d6, and then it goes over here onto the turn order is the clock button. And to add people
Okay.
in, what I do is I right click on a token, and you're allowed. Then it says add turn, and you add their turn to the turn order automation at that point.
Okay, so you said, where is it? I'm just curious for my game because I've seen the turn order. I'm like, how do I do that?
Okay,
And
so
so
if you hit the clock, it brings up the turn order thing, and then you
where's the clock?
it's
Sorry.
on the roll 20 sidebar. It's the third one from the bottom.
Uh,
The actual menu for roll 20 itself, not the
oh,
on
okay.
on the left hand side. Sorry, that's me being dumb.
No, it's. Let's see.
We may not have it because we're players.
Oh, okay. So I
Okay.
just look for a clock at the bottom.
Yeah,
Okay,
there's
and
a
then
little sidebar for drawing things and marking things and revealing the locations. Then the GM tools,
okay.
you click that and it comes up, and
Okay.
then you right click on people's tokens, and it'll add them in.
Oh, sweet.
And the other thing
Oh.
is, it'll let you do it ascending or descending, however you want to do it.
Mhm.
When you type in their information into the turn order thing, make sure they hit enter after they put it in, or else it won't register.
Okay. Cool.
It was a
Thank you.
lesson I had to learn.
Mhm.
And Hero, are you back?
yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I am consolidating things a little bit since we are past the halfway point, so we can kind of move forward. So I'm going to summarize a little bit and do the quick pan wipe to the next section, if that's okay with you guys.
Go for it.
Okay. So there is that bit when you get Phantom back to Dr. X. They're reunited. They talk a bit. Dr. X will debrief Phantom, and he will come back and he will tell you that Phantom has important information and it has to be acted on soon.
Mhm.
Here is what we know. We know that Helagard's people, all of his superheroes, are powered by strange energies, and that they form the bulk of Helagard's forces for dominating the Earth. There's one person in the past who understood those energies and in fact had a role in their creation, and that was the legendary mutant Nikola Tesla.
Mm.
But Tesla was kidnapped decades ago by a supervillain named the Iron Gale. In fact,
Mhm.
not just kidnapped, his brain was stolen.
Okay.
What Phantom has is information on the location of a secret base, lost over the generations, that the Iron Gale had under Science City. As well, and he'll hold up this metal, looks like a medallion kind of thing with some
Mhm.
clockwork in it. He was able to uncover this. It is a beacon, a device that can be used to enter into that facility. The base is obviously going to be defended. We don't know what kind of security still remains after all this time, but we believe that Tesla's brain or information may be concealed within that base. There's a clock ticking on this, though. It looks like there's an excavation going on by Helagard's people nearby. They may be looking for it, but they don't have this beacon necessarily. We need you to go in, get into that base, and find Tesla's brain.
Hmm.
Can you do that?
All right. Sounds fun.
Yeah.
Previous mission posed little challenge, so I don't see why this should be any different.
Ooh.
Anyone who has suffered stamina damage can recover that, which I think only like
Cool.
one person did. And given your success, I'll let you recover one of your determination.
Sweet.
And we will cut to the wipe of you guys in the ruins of Science City, a Gotham-like city on an island here, and the skyscrapers that have collapsed, buildings and things like that, and you guys essentially in a nearby skyscraper looking through viewfinders, and you can see the dig site. And you can see that, again, darkness, night. You can see that there is clearly a team of Helagard super beings there. There's some robot construction workers, and there's some Kansegu troops in the area. So you've got a couple of choices on how you want to approach this, and this is about risk and means of entry and things like that. You can try and interfere with their dig. You can try and sneak past them to get into their dig site. You can scout around to see if you can find an alternate way, or you can come up with another path. It's up to you guys how you want to do that.
So we probably should maybe send someone to look ahead.
Yeah.
Maybe there's
who's
an easier spot to explode.
Okay, someone wants to scout. Who wants to do the scouting?
I could use my ESP to look through the eyes of, but I guess that would be more for looking at their dig site.
Okay.
If we want to find our own other way, that would mean somebody else just moving.
Shadow can do some real quick scouting.
Okay.
Pretty effective.
All right. Well, Hero, let's have you first roll to see if you can get some information on that. Let's you use
On the Helagard
yeah,
dig site.
absolutely. Go ahead and make that roll for me.
1 second, just need to find it.
Sure. And ESP is using your awareness or power level, whichever is lower. So
Sorry for the delay.
No, that's all right.
That's okay.
2 plus that. So you will see that they have clearly not gotten in to the base, that they do have a tunnel that they've dug down that they haven't gotten through yet. The other piece of information that you'll get from that is that they're worried because clearly they have tripped off some alarms and the defenses for the base. So they are kind of getting themselves geared up for that because they don't know what to expect there. And I'm going to let you ask. I'll answer one more question about the situation. You can ask me anything, and I'll answer it.
Any of you guys have suggestions? Like, you could be telling me what to look for as I'm, concentrating and seeing through the eyes, like a Kansegu or one of the human super soldiers.
Okay, so just to think about this here, what you've seen through so far is they're getting ready for the dig, and they've been setting off traps that are in there.
The dig is in process.
Mm-hmm.
And they haven't broken through sort of the final wall down there.
Okay.
But they can tell by the energy readings that they've clearly triggered off something inside the base.
So, Torque will say, "Well, go ahead."
No, you go ahead. I want the suggestion.
I'll say, "Well, since they're gonna want to open the door and deal with whatever, why don't we let the traps whittle them down, and then maybe come in afterwards."
Good idea.
Well, with that in mind, I think my question is, like I'll keep looking around enough until somebody like says the name of like I want to be able to find more about the identity, like who is the leader of this team, like what is their identity.
There is a super villain named Hypericos, essentially a flying a powerhouse with laser beam eyes, who is in charge of the team. And there are two other supervillains there, a guy named Tacitus and a guy named Maniac. So those are the three supervillains that are on site.
Plus all their troops.
Plus the troops, yes. So there are a chunk of people there. Shadow, let me have you make a coordination test for your stealthing around.
D6,
That's
not one
against
D10. And I'm investigating.
Yep. So it does take a bit because you do have to get around. You're kind of just skirting the outside edges of the security there. And why don't you make a straight awareness roll for your investigation? Oh, okay. The loop having to move away from these guys, so you won't be able to get too much close observation on the where the dig site is and so on, even with your shadow stuff, will take you a little bit further out, and it is at a point on that sort of outside loop that the device, the medallion that you have, will ping, and you will kind of follow it back and move, and you will find what appears to be some kind of buried entryway that the medallion reacts to.
Okay.
So I will assume you will return and report that.
Yep.
So that sounds fun.
So we've got a secret entrance, yeah?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And while we stand here, we should get there straight away before the other guys.
Mm-hmm.
And between Kid Sun and Torque, we should have no problem getting through any the dirt and rubble.
Mm-hmm.
I want somebody here to make a stealth roll for the group to represent, coordination check to represent you guys getting over there without drawing the attention of the Kansegu troops.
Not Torque.
I can do it since I would have been the one saying, hey, this is where you need to go.
And I think you can create shadows too, can't you? Oh yeah, you can create darkness around in the area too, so to help conceal yourselves.
Oh my gosh.
Would you like to spend some determination?
Yes, please.
Okay. So that will give you what quality do you have that assists you on that? What do you want to call that?
I am going to call that
Lucky? Question mark.
question mark. It's essentially the I have scouted it.
So like familiar ground?
Yeah, let's call it that.
Okay. So you would just kind of eke out it. What it means is that it takes you a little bit longer than you wanted to get everybody over there, and they're making more progress on their activities over on the other side. So you guys will feel the time pressure coming down, which I'm going to mark down as a quality on my side. Time pressure.
Mm-hmm.
So you will get to this. You guys can get this entryway open, and it looks like we'll open up this mechanism, and it looks like an elevator of some kind. You guys will get in, kind of check and make sure there's no advanced security on it. Put the medallion in, and you will descend to the depths. If this had been new, it would be in a beautiful suite smooth ride of hydraulics and things. This thing is old and the works are gummed up, so it's very jumbly. Things kind of hit. There's sound of screeching metal as it goes on, but eventually you will find yourselves. The doors will open, and you will find yourselves in a new place. And let me.
I say, "Da-na-na-na."
You find yourselves in what looks like a 1950s style reception area. There are couches. They have plastic on them. Little low tables. There's a wet bar off to the side. Shag carpeting. A faux fireplace. Sort of mood lighting around in here. And it's maybe in the background you're hearing the girl from Eponina. Dun, 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 playing. And you do see that there are two major sort of corridors off from this reception area. So I'm going to put, you guys, can everybody see the map okay?
Yeah.
No, I've got a little square. That's what I've got. Is that right?
Pardon?
There's just a little square in the corner. Is that
Yep.
right? Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. Cool.
That's because I am using Fog of War to hide the rest of the map.
Okay.
So high tech.
Can I do an awareness? As I'm just like looking around, taking in the surroundings.
Okay. Absolutely. Go ahead and make that roll for me.
Wow.
Whoa,
11.
Smooth.
There is a smell here. Besides the
Wonderful.
smell of like stale cigarettes and cigars and a Mad Men set here and the alcohol, there is another smell that is really kind of bad that's carrying throughout here. Afterthought, and it smells like a large animal.
Ooh.
Very much animal smells around here. And looking at the shag carpet, there are boot prints and big footprints that kind of cross. They're still left in the shag carpeting.
From this room, or from down here, like at the control panel or something, can we set the tram car to not be recallable to the surface? So if anybody finds that door, they can't just hit the recall button, have the thing come up to greet them.
Boom. Yes, absolutely. We'll say that you, since you thought of that, I will let that happen rather than me bringing up the rear and attacking you from behind. Okay. What does Shadow want to do?
Scouty things.
Okay. Want to head down one of these hallways, one particular direction or the other?
I have to randomly roll for it because I don't know. Even will be to the right. Even it is.
Okay. So
Oh,
you
this
are heading up that way. All right.
Yep.
Why don't you make a coordination roll for me here?
I say, "Don't die." It's very inspirational.
That is very inspirational.
Don't get killed.
Okay. And an awareness check for me.
Ooh.
You will see that as you kind of look into this room, it looks like a monitor room. Like it has monitors and cameras. A lot of them are broken. And it looks like, and I assume you don't go all the way in. You're kind of taking a glance with your scouting. It looks like there are some monitors that are active, but a lot of them are broken. Torque, what do you want to do?
Oh. I'll try to. The scent that I smelled of the animal, which direction is it coming from?
It's all over the place. This place,
it's everywhere.
This whole area smells like a zoo.
Oh, great. Okay. Actually, I'm going to kind of get near this other way and try to listen. But I guess another awareness.
Okay, make an awareness roll for me.
So
It's
7.
a long hallway. Nothing particularly comes that you're hearing here. Maybe this the sort of background noise of cooling units and air conditioning and things like that, like you're in an office building. All of that kind of little white noise that hangs around in the background.
Okay. I'll actually mosey on over to the wet bar and start looking at the bottles.
Okay, they're old. You know how old alcohol bottles that are left in the basement, or whatever, get that kind of grime on them and stuff. The little seals on them kind of pull up. Some of them, the hard alcohol certainly is vintage, is probably still in good shape, but anything else is skunked beyond belief.
I
The
will
olive bottle
grab
is
one of
horrible.
I will grab one of the remaining non-scuzzy ones. Well, actually, I'll do an awareness if I can peek at it again. So just in case I don't look at this nice bottle, I'll grab it and trap. So I'll look around the bottle before I try
All
to
right.
remove it.
I will say the wet bar is not trapped, but you do carefully check just to make
Mhm.
sure. Um,
Then I hold it up. I'm like, yeah, just kind of fist pump in the air.
like this was your victory for
Yeah.
the mission. All right, Kid Son.
Done.
Oh, sorry,
Okay,
afterthought. Sorry, afterthought first.
Yep.
Like, just sort of walking around, planning and thinking. Once Shadow gets back, if she's scouted a viable path, we can seal off the other way so that we can't be ambushed from behind. And if we have to double back, we can always just, we can always just rip through it again with between the two of you's destructive powers.
Mm-hmm.
So we should seal off all of the alternative ways each as we move through this facility, because the other team has already triggered alarms, so security robots or other defenses are probably active already.
Well, let's have you make an intellect sort of technology roll to see if you can figure out how you can, shut and lock these doors. Does that seem reasonable?
I was gonna kind of wait and just have them use their powers to blow holes through the area, between super strong guy and energy guy. They could probably seal hatches or collapse ceilings and stuff. But
fair enough.
How about in terms of this just be, since I'm taking the time to plan, can I be creating a quality of sort of planning, basically? Of
Sure,
preparedness?
absolutely. Never unprepared, something like that. Okay, go ahead and make intellect or awareness, either one.
All right. +5.
Okay. So that's moderate. So yeah, you will kind of look around, checking around. You kind of got planning on how you want to deal with it, so you'll get an invoke on that. Kid Son.
Okay, I'll go behind Shadow and look at the monitors. Can we see anything on the monitors?
Do you want to move on into the room then?
Yeah, I'll go into the room.
Okay. Sure. How about you make a coordination roll for me?
Okay. Coordination. Right, that's 5, I think. Yep. Wrong way. There we go.
So there is that moment when you kind of step in onto the floor, and you hear this chirp sound, and when the floor electrifies, you will flight up out of the way of the crackle of lightning and electricity that arcs across the floor there when you go in.
Okay.
So you can fly over to the monitors. The floor will still crackle with that electricity.
Okay. I'll wipe the sweat from my brow. That was close. And slowly move over towards the panel, the screens, and have a closer look.
Okay. Why don't you roll me 2 1d6 rolls?
Okay.
This will do
just the basic.
Yep, just 2
basic,
basic
yeah?
1d6 rolls. It'll tell me what rooms you will.
Okay. There we go. 2 and 6.
All right. So I'm going to reveal 2 more rooms on the map. 6 and I'm going to put some things out on the table. Whoops. you will see on a couple of these monitors,
Mm-hmm.
you will see that there are these huge hulking figures, great armor on them, great weapons and things like that, and exposed enormous gorilla heads.
Oh.
Heavily armored, heavy armed cyber apes walking patrol routes.
Are they walking on 2 feet?
They walk on 2 legs, not on 4.
Yeah, yeah.
They seem to be on high alert and moving around.
Okay.
The one up top here, the tank one, is big, bulky, moving very slowly. The one down below, you see he has, looks like electro claws on the back of his hands there. He is kind of walking, and it does look like they move between rooms.
Yeah.
So that is what you will spot.
I'll go. Guys, we've got company. And I'll.
Shadow, what do you want to do? Second
Um,
round.
Since he's actually in there looking at the monitors, I'll ask for clarification.
Sure.
Because I don't want to step over the electrical floor, and then I'll just basically make sure nobody else does.
Okay. And we'll say that that's a soliloquy so that everybody can just put on your flight rings to avoid that floor. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to do for your action?
Okay. So once we get the lowdown on what's going on, then we will start down the other corridor.
Okay.
I think we're going to be shadowy for this because traps are bad.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll move you over there. Let me. And I'm going to have you make an awareness roll for me.
A dice.
All right. You will see. Get my. Oh, I always forget that you have to switch between things.
Ooh.
You will see at the end of the hallway, as you kind of go shadow form and move along, this essentially auto sentry gun that, because you're not in a corporeal state, not in a physical state, doesn't track on you. You could move in and move past it if you want to try and do that.
Yep. Is it armored, or does it look like something I could try to disable?
You could try to disable it. It's not like fully enclosed.
Okay. I'm going to try to disable it.
Now, let me ask you this. Do you want to try and do it like carefully and quietly, or do you want to bang smash it up? One is easier than the other. The banging is easier. The quiet is harder.
She's quiet by nature.
Okay. So this is going to be an intellect roll, plus any like technology skill that you might have.
Yeah, I think you've got tech +1.
So let me roll for the resistance on this thing here. So get in there, get it quietly done, and you'll hear that as it powers down. But you'll also hear from that other hallway a little further on, you'll hear definitely movement, like big bundling movement that way. Torque.
Ooh. Okay. We hear the.
Yes.
And
By the
then
way, I want to
or-
establish here, just as a fact, that you guys have communicators.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So that's a fact I should have established in the 2112.
Sure.
You all have phones or Bluetooth or whatever, so you can all communicate.
So I'm like, son, hey kid, why don't you press a few buttons and shut the crows off or something?
Shut
I
the
don't
what
know.
off? I don't know if I can do stuff from here with this. Are there any buttons?
It looks more
Let me
like
shut doors
it's. If you take a quick glance, we'll come to you for just a moment. It looks
Yeah,
more
yeah,
like
cool.
monitoring than it is like security controls here.
Oh.
So Torque, you've done that shout out. What do you want to do action wise?
I will I hear the power down, and I'll just I'll move ahead. I'll try to be quiet, but we'll see how that
Sure.
goes.
Torque, why don't you make a coordination roll for your stealth?
All right.
Just don't roll a 1.
I can't promise that. And I rolled a 1.
All right. You will move on in, and there is that bit where there's some gear and boxes and things in here, and it's the elbow bump that hits boxes, and stuff will kind of come crashing over, and you'll hear from down that hallway up from there. So let me.
I'll get out the rocket launcher and kind of pat it.
Okay. Let me do one thing real quick just to get this all set. Do that, and save that, and then we will add their turn to the thing. And they are slow apes.
Okay.
Okay. So Torque, you're in position. Got that set. They're going to go after Kid's son. Afterthought, your action.
I will. Can I sort of move to the next room and act, since like the sort of stealth game, the jig's already up?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Then I'm going to move down here, and I'm going to try to shut the door. I'm going to try to,
So you want to
figure out the controls.
Okay, figure out the controls on the door that you're closest to there. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make an intellect roll, plus any tech skills you might have.
I don't have tech, but I'm going to spend one of my determination for has all the best toys, because I'm used to. Ooh.
Nice.
Do you want to use your free planning aspect that you quality rather than spending the determination?
I think what I was thinking with that is there's only one invoke total on it, not one per person, but anybody could use it. So
Fair
I
enough.
want to keep that as a buffer that like anybody can use in a pinch.
That's smart.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you are able to lock and essentially, do it as kind of a catastrophic airlock. So it's going to be difficult. I will say with that success that I will reveal the next area because there are some apes that come charging, down the hallway there. And let me get the. I always hate that I forget how to select between things. So you will see.
Damn you.
See these apes in power armor coming down the hallway there. As you lock
Where's
and
Charlton
shut
Heston
that.
when you need him?
Yeah, damn you.
Damn, stinking ape.
Kid son, what do you want to do?
Can I see this on the screen?
What you still see is the two screens that you have are the weapons room screen and the environment screen. And it looks to you like the tank ape is moving northwards, and the weapons ape is also moving. That's the directions that they are headed.
Okay. I'll move cautiously towards the corridor to the south and look down.
Okay. Go ahead and make an awareness roll for me.
Oh, that's a corridor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was a corridor either.
Yeah, it's like, oh crap, that changed almost everything. That's
I
alright.
wonder where you're all going.
All right. So you'll look down that way. It looks like it's actually sort of a back set of engineering shafts, and it looks clear.
Okay, cool.
Looks like some mechanical access and so on. You don't see any traps with your 10, or at least no active glowing traps. Do you want to move into that room, or do you want to stay where you're at?
I'm flying above the air slowly.
Okay.
So I'll move slowly down into the room, and I'll light my hand. Is it lit in here?
It's probably pretty dim in here right now.
Okay, so I'll spark my finger up like a match. In fact, I'll do my whole hand so it lights it up a bit, so I can. see around a bit more.
Would
And
you
just
make a simple
check out.
coordination check?
Ooh,
Oh, that's not very good for me.
You're welcome.
ooh, there.
So you will kind of just get around when what would have been if this place had been in its full term, it would have been a deadly field of lasers that would have come up, but it looks like the laser lenses and things are all gunked up. So there's a few little stray sparks that come around you, and maybe clip your uniform a little as you
Okay.
descend past it.
Yep.
Apes. Okay, so let me move some apes around. So he's going to go there. He's going to go there.
Oh dear.
This ape hits that door, and he seems to be. You can see he's working at the door, trying to get through it. There's another ape behind him. There seems to be some communication going on that way. I'll pull a couple more apes out as they move around the facility. Okay. So apes have taken their turn. Shadow.
I think at this point, I mean, the three of us are in here, and these apes are obviously going to try to get through the door. So she's probably going to find out where Kid's son is.
Okay.
Always the rebel.
Yeah, he can give you a statement of his position because you guys have communicators.
Okay. So I guess she'll ask if these guys are okay here, or
I say, come and join me, but watch out for the traps. Fly, if you can help it, float.
okay.
Don't walk.
So if you guys are okay here, then she'll take off because I mean, obviously Torque's a really strong fighter, and we've got Tech Boy here if he wants to play with the sentry gun.
I actually don't have the tech skill. I kind of have to use my determination every time I want to do something with tech, so please feel free to do tech things, generally speaking.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, and I'm not really strong. I'm more tough. So
Oh God.
it's like everyone's like, "You're super strength." I'm like, I don't have any. I'm just a strong dude. I can take a lot of punishment.
So then let's do this. Why don't, afterthought, why don't you go help Kid's son, and then I'll see if I can rig up the sentry gun to attack the monkeys instead of us.
All right.
The idea I had was possibly if afterthought was to hang out here is maybe if the troop gets through, maybe mind control one of them to not beat us to a pulp.
How you might want to consider, and it's I know that the turn order kind of prevents kind of thinking this way, but you might want to consider having Torque kind of. I know he's not super strong, but just pretty big dude. Just kind of drag the turret into the reception room, and then you use your tech skills to maybe seal off that door.
Yeah.
And so you can this kind of slow retreat, like a phased retreat.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay. So Torque, do you want to move the gun into the reception area? All right. So we're going to say that's your action. You'll fall back. We'll move the gun in here, and then Shadow, you want to attempt to rig the gun?
Yep.
Okay. Intellect plus tech. Oh yeah!
Nice.
Look at that.
See, my character only pretends to be smart.
You kind of look at it. It's 1950s, 1960s high supervillain tech. So you flip through, and eventually you'll find a little thing that has like an ape silhouette, and set it for that. So that's what it will pick up. Essentially, clearly the supervillain was afraid that they might turn on her. So she does have an ape setting on the gun, and you will get that established.
Excellent.
Afterthought.
If I just move, can I get to the access room in this turn?
You can get to the
all I do
watchtower
is
room
move?
on this turn. How does that sound?
Okay. That's fine.
Ooh,
Get
quick.
over to there.
Whoosh.
Kid's son.
Okay, I'm slowly floating down the corridor through the access room. What do I see?
All right. Why don't you make a awareness check for me here?
Oh, so. Oh, wait. Yeah. Better.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, that's not nice. Hairy. Ripper.
You will see that the ape that you saw from that weapons room has moved into here, and you can see that he is heading over towards your access point there. We are going to do a contest of coordination to see if he spots you or not, or awareness versus his coordination. So roll a coordination check for stealth.
Bearing in mind, I've got my hand lit up.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I put a blanket over it.
So just, but before he sees you, you see him. He is unaware right this second. What are you doing?
Okay. I'm just going to throw a beam of fire straight at him.
Okay. So this would be coordination versus his coordination. I'll give him -2 for surprise. Need to beat a 7.
Wow, look at that, a 7 exactly.
Okay. So to beat that, we actually count in your powers thing because it's a power check. So you'll just get a moderate success. So what is your beam's damage?
8.
8. All right. So
Yep.
he will do that. So it will hit that. He's got the DR of that. He will stagger back from the hit there. Isn't stunned or anything, but has taken a lot of damage. Essentially, you'll melt gear and stuff on him, and he will bellow out, a bestial roar, and you'll see his claws come up and ignite with electricity.
Oh dear.
Ape's turn.
This ain't no plan.
Can of
No
whoop-ass.
apes.
Yes. And let me do these. Let's see. They're working here. Let me roll. Trooper will fall back, and Dr. Zayas will move up to try and free the door. And he has that. Essentially versus the 12 for the lock. And he is having a hell of a time getting that door open. So Dr. Zayas down there is working on that, not getting through. Afterthought, you see another ape move into the weapons room. Ripper comes flying at you, kid's son. So he is going to do that. So you need to roll coordination or prowess versus this. Which do you want to do? Coordination is dodging, prowess is attempting to block.
Yeah, coordination. I'll try and block him. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are.
Wow.
He's badly damaged. You guys are very sadly dancing around each other. He's a big ape trying to, essentially storm claw you. It's not having any success there.
I just thought, help.
Shadow.
Oh, that bellow has me a little worried. I think right now I'm going to hold here because I am expecting them to come through that door at any minute.
Okay.
And I just want to make sure the gun actually works because we didn't test it.
Okay. If you want to make an intellect check, I'll let you kind of set it up for aiming to create an advantage.
Okay.
Okay. There you go. So you get it set and steadied so that when they come through, it will, hit them right on. Get that set. Torque.
Ooh, alright, so just alright, I'm gonna help the kid. So I'm gonna levitate with the off the ground as I make my way. How far can I go?
You can get to the access room, 2 zones.
Okay. 2 zones. So I just kind of float my way over there speedily.
Essentially fly, cut down, go down the access corridor, and you'll see Kid Zone at the sort of the base of the entryway, and this giant, 8-foot ape with great claws and armor trying to rip at him. Of course, the ape is in bad shape from that shot that he took. So that's what you will see.
do an action, or is that it?
A 2-zone move, I think, will eat up your actions there.
Then I say, "Get out of the way, kid!"
Afterthought.
Since my power, like, my attacks don't create a physical object, can I sort of, am I able to attack a Ripper with, like, illusion or mind blast?
Absolutely. Your attacks, mental stuff is line of sight.
So do I have line of sight, basically?
Yeah, it's a fairly big access way.
Hitting.
Yeah, you can try and hit Ripper with the mind blast if you want.
Well, I'm going to burn him with illusionary flames because I think he might have lower awareness than willpower.
Fair enough. All right. So go ahead and roll that versus his awareness is that.
So do I add my power to my roll, and then it's also damage if it succeeds?
You actually will do, I think it's willpower for your attack roll on that.
Okay.
Ooh, you did okay.
Sorry, 1 second. Okay, so illusions target traits. They make an awareness test again.
Oh,
so, we've been doing kind of what we've been using for me, on my end.
Okay, so go ahead and roll your illusions plus a d6.
Okay, that's how you want to handle it.
Yeah, everything is tested.
The other way. It's just
whenever you
done
test
different ways.
Whenever you test something in this game, it's always a trait plus a d6 versus another trait plus a d6.
Mm-hmm.
So if they say they're testing against something, you get to roll a d6 and add your stuff.
Whoa.
Nice.
So moderate success, and so it will do that damage. He already is. His suit is heating up from the hit that Kid Sun did to him, and it's kind of sparking. And you will create that illusion that it explodes into flames, and he will stagger back and collapse unconscious from that additional damage. Does that seem reasonable?
Yeah.
Essentially, you boost that attack, and he will collapse. Kid Sun.
I go, woo yeah! And then I stand over the top of the Ripper because I'm not aware of the puncher, am I?
No.
So I'm going, yeah, that's what you get when you mess with us, yeah! I'm just going to brag. Spend a bit of time bragging. I'm a bit
awesome. You know